Alright, so welcome to today's Autodesk Inventors class. So the problem we are having on the screen is having three parts. Alright, so let's make do with the first component first of all. Alright, so start to the sketch. Alright, I'm going to pick the YZ plane for myself. Okay, so for this particular component, I'm going to be using the revolve tool. I'm going to be using the revolve tool. So I'm going to pick my line in this manner. Standing right here, I'm going to draw this, bringing it up in this manner, coming inwards, going up, coming outwards. Alright, going up, coming inwards, going up, coming outwards, going up. Alright, coming back here, then bringing it down here. Okay, so this area is not perpendicular. I'm going to use my perpendicular constraint, which is this, and that is going to be from this to this right here. Can you see? Okay, so now I'm picking my dimension. So the total height of our object here is 80. Alright, 80. Enter. Okay, so after doing that, towards the bottom here, the diameter is 30. 30 divided by 2 is what? 15. Enter. Alright, so the tip here, this area is length of what? Length of 2. Enter. Okay, this area also span of what? 2. Enter. And we're told that the diameter for this particular chamber is what? Diameter 25, which is what? 12.5, radius 12.5. Enter. Okay, after doing that, so the thickness here we're told is mark of what? Thickness of 5. Enter. Alright, so the thickness here is also what? Thickness of what? Thickness of 2. Enter. Alright, so and the diameter here is diameter of what? 26 divided by 2, that's what? Radius of what? 13. Enter. Alright, so I think we are almost ready to go. So because the dimension from here down to the top here is what? That should be, should be giving us 70. Should be giving us 70. So I don't know why it's 71. Okay, so I need to cross check all over. So this area is mark 5, settled. Alright, this area is mark 2, settled. Right, okay, I think I know where my mistake actually comes from. So these two at the bottom is not there. I'm going to what? Delete that. Then I'm going to label this as what? This cancel. I'm going to label this as this should be 3. Right, so that's it. Okay, I think it's settled now. It's settled. Then from here to this area is 70. So accept. So I'm going to pick my line. We're having a circle on the inside right there, and that circle is circle of diameter 20. Diameter 20. So that's going to be a radius of what? Radius of 10. So pick my line from here down here and pick what? 10. Enter. So then I'm going to what? Finish my sketch. Okay, after finishing my sketch, I'm going to pick my revolve tool. Okay, picking my revolve tool, I'm going to pick this area, pick my axis, then what? Revolve. I'm going to what? Revolve. That's it. Okay, that's it. Then I'm going to click my what? My okay. But before I proceed, I think I actually made a mistake somewhere here. We haven't included this dimension. So towards the top here, Yeah, the span here is what? 45 divided by 2. Enter. Okay, that's the span right there. Then what? Finish my sketch. It's going to, yeah, so now we have it. Okay, picking my chamfer of radius 2. I'm chamfering this area as it is. Then what? Okay. Okay, so I'm going to make it what? Realistic with my silver. Yeah, with my silver. Okay, so visual style, what? Realistic. So I'm having my first component right there. Okay, so I'm going to save that and we move to the what? The second component right there. Create a new sketch to create the second component. Okay, creating the second component, which is what? The washer. Picking my start with the sketch, pick a plane of my choice, pick my circle of diameter 26 right there. Then the second one, if you look at the end view of that, we're having distance of what? 6 plus 6 is what? 12 plus 26 plus 12 for my second circle, that's it, 38. Okay, having done that, I'm going to pick my hidden line, pick my line, and I produce this hidden line right here. Deactivate the hidden line, pick my line, draw a line right here, pick my line, draw another line. Okay, wait, I need to undo that. Okay, so I'm drawing another line right here, picking my dimension from here to here is what? That's 4. Enter. Then using my symmetric constraint, first line, second line, and middle line. Okay, then my what? Trim command. When you trim this, trim this, trim this, trim this, trim this, this, and this. Then what? Finish sketch. Alright, so the thickness is said to be 1.9. 1.9. Okay, so okay, I'm going to pick a suitable material for this. Okay, something like this should be better. Alright, so then I'm going to save it as part 2. Okay, so creating a new sketch for the third part. So what I want you to take note of is this, that third part here towards the left hand side, the end, that area is a toothed gear. Alright, that area is a toothed gear, but we were not given the dimension of the toothed gear. I think this question was extracted from other questions, so the information given here is not complete, but we are actually going to find our way through it and maneuver. Right, so let's start. We are going to deduce some dimensions by ourselves. Okay, so based on what was actually given here, pick my line from the center towards this area, drawing in this manner towards this area like this, and this way back here, then right in here, picking my dimension. The height here is what? 70. Enter. The span here, that's 50 divided by 2 is what? 25. Enter. Alright, and we are told that the span here is what? The area is 30. Enter. So we have our sample right here. Okay, so my own preference, I'm going to pick radius 2 for this area here and here. Okay, radius 2 for that there. Okay, so this top, we don't know the dimension yet. Okay, so I'm going to suggest we make use of diameter diameter 70, that will be radius of what? Radius of 35. Enter. Okay, let's make use of it in that manner. Alright, so inside we having a hole of diameter 30. So picking my line, placing it right here, extending it downward. Alright, then picking my dimension from here to here is going to be what? 15. Enter. Alright, so finishing my sketch, then picking my revolve this area, my axis, picking this. Okay, so picking my chamfer. Alright, so chamfer, this should be 2, this should be 2, then this also is 2. So okay. Alright, so having it in that order, we need to create that gear, and we're not even giving the dimension for the gear and number of teeth. So let's improvise. Revolution. Okay, so I'm going to click on origin XY plane, YZ plane, cut. After cutting it, yeah, section it that way. Right, project cut edges in that manner. Pick my line, align it right here, this, then dragging it up to the top right there. Okay, so having it in that order, I'm going to finish sketch. Finishing my sketch, I pick extrude. Alright, picking that part, mark of 10 should be enough. Then left and right, then what? Cut, then what? Okay, so I'm having this shape right there. Okay, I'm going to replicate this shape throughout. What do I do right now? So I'm going to pick a circular pattern. Okay, under the feature I pick this. Okay, then I pick rotation axis, I pick this. Okay, how many should we have there? Let's say 15. Okay, that's not okay. Let's say 12. I think 12 is okay. Alright, so with 12, okay, so we are having it in that order. Then changing my material to something steel, yeah, or steel alloy, something like this. Okay, view, visual style, realistic. Okay, I'm going to name this as what? Part 3. Part 3. Okay, alright, so now let's assemble the 3 parts all together. So having my control and okay, my standard MMIM under assembly, I create. Okay, so having our assembly worksheet, what I'm going to do, so clicking on place, I bring out my 3 parts. Okay, open, I click it, escape. Alright, so that's it. So I'm going to ground this part 3. Yeah, I'm going to ground it. So it is what's unmovable, this movable, this is what's movable. Okay, so what's the next thing I'm going to do right now? First of all, let me fit in the washer. Alright, so picking my constraint. Okay, picking insert, I'm going to pick this area here. Okay, to this area here in that manner. Can you see? In that order, as you can see, so it's sitting perfectly. Alright, sitting perfectly. I'm going to press what? Apply. Then having my apply there, I'm going to put it this way, pick with my insert command also, pick it this way. Alright, then pull it in. Yeah, okay, so let me pick my cancel first of all, constraint, my insert, picking my insert and picking it from here. Okay, then to this area here. Okay, then what? Apply, then cancel. So we are having it in this manner right here. Okay, so that is our assembled object right there. Okay, so I'm going to save this, okay, as assembly, then enter. Okay, so I'm going to create the working drawings now. So first of all, let's create the isometric drawing showing the the part list. So Control N, I'm going to click on drawing, then ISO IDW, then create. Alright, so after creating that, we pick base, as our base is already there. So I position it this way and this manner. Okay, let me increase the scale to ratio 0.5 and see. Okay, I think it's okay this way. It's okay this way. I'm going to press that. Okay, so picking my annotate. Alright, picking my I'm coming. Picking my balloon. Okay, no, but before picking my balloon, the hidden line there is too much, so I need to remove the hidden line. So I'm going to double click on this, click on hide hidden line, then okay, so it's better this way. Then clicking on my balloon, I'm going to pick this right here. Okay, so enter, picking, oh sorry, I'm picking this, enter, then this, enter. So that's 1 2 3. So part list, clicking that, assembly, open. Okay, then placing this right here. Alright, so editing this format column. So that's going to be part name. Okay, then description, the part one is that object one. So that one is created through machining on late, right? So the part two, that's washer. So that one is through turning and drilling. Alright, so this part 3, that one is AK. So that one is produced on on a milling machine. Yeah, basically on milling machine. Milling machine is used to produce AK, the horizontal milling machine. Alright, so that what used to produce that third part, then okay. Alright, so adjusting it. In this manner. Alright, I think we are good to go. Then I'm going to save it as assembly, no, saving it as isometric view. Isometric view. Okay. Alright, so after doing that, I'm going to create another worksheet. Create. So base. Okay, let's create the isometric view now. So I'm having this one here, this here, this right here, then probably this here. Shifting this one up a little, then this down a little, then okay. Alright, it's okay. I'm picking my annotate my dimension with my dimension right here. So I'm picking the height from here, okay, to here. Dimension from here to here. 75 right there. Enter. The height from here to here. 32. Enter. So here to here. That's 2. Enter. Here to here. How's it over there? Enter. Okay. This does it right there. This does it right there. So this to this, dimension type aligned. Okay, does it right there. This to this, dimension type aligned. Does it right there. Okay, so I think that's all for now. Yeah, that's all for now. And probably this, okay, in there, this in there. Right, that's all. So I'm going to pick my manage style editor while that one is loading. Alright. So I'm going to pick dimension, default ISO, period 0, 0, display, offset should be 2, size should be 3, text, every first item under the drop bar. Alright, every first item under the drop bar. In this manner, then what? Save and close, and what? You are good to go. Alright, so that's that. So I'm going to name this as what? Orthographic assembly. Orthographic. That's my preference. You can name it whatever you wish to. Alright. So I'm creating this sectional view of our assembly right now. So creating the sectional view, having this right here in this way, and let me use 0.7, bigger a little. Okay, so picking my section, standing right here, down here, this way to the top right there, having this in this manner. Okay, so having that in that manner, going to pick section this in this manner, coming down here towards this direction, having that right there. Okay, so annotate dimension, and then you can pick this to this right here. Okay, this to this right here. Okay, yeah, this right here, radius of 2. Okay, so this to this right here. Okay, right. right here. Okay, in that order. What else? This to this. Okay, right. So this right here, this right here, this dimension type aligned in the order, and this right here, this to this dimension type aligned. Okay, so and this here to here, right here. Okay, and here, right there. So settled. So you do your manage and your style edit stuff, everything. Okay, so now let's waste our time here. I'm going to save this as assembly section. Okay, so Control N. I'm going to create each of the parts. Right, so I'm going to pick part 1, open, having this right here, this right here, this right here, and this. Then okay, my annotate dimension, this right here. Okay, this right here. Okay, having this right here to be 2, this to this right here to also be 2, having this to this be 5. Okay, 45 right there. And this to this to be this. Right, and this down here with this. Okay, I think that's all. Yeah, that's all. So you use your manage and style editor to change the necessary details there. So part 1, orthographic. So it's in first angle actually. Alright, so I'm creating its section now for part 1. Create base part 1. Okay, so having it right here, scale to ratio 1. Hope that's not too big. Okay, section this way towards the top. Wow, that's too big. Okay, I can reduce the scale right now. Ratio. Okay, 0.5. I think that's visible. Ratio 0.7. That one is visible. Okay, annotate dimension. This right here, this right here, this right here, this to this right here, this to this right here, this right here, this to this right here. Okay, I think we are good to go in this manner. Okay, so you name this as part 1 section. So ensure you do the changing of the parameters right here under manage and style editor. Right, so a new working environment, create, picking the second part. All right, part 2, which is washer. Okay, something 2:1. Yeah, better this way, that way, and this. Then okay, annotate dimension. Okay, my dimension. Okay, having my dimension. This right here, this right here, this to this right here, and this to this right here, and that's all that this actually requires. Right, so manage style editor. It's loading. Okay, so period 0 0 display. This will be 2, this will be 3. Every first item under the drop bar. Okay, every first item. And what? Save and close. Alright, so I'm going to name this as part 2 orthographic. Part 2 orthographic. Save. I'm going to control and create one more time. So base part 2 open. So right now we are creating the orthographic, sorry, the sectional view. So with this right here, okay, picking section. Okay, continue. Okay. Having that view right there, annotate dimension. This enter, this enter, this to this out here, as you can see. Then this to this out there, enter. So you pick your manage style editor and do the necessary settings under the parameters there. So I'm saving this as washer part 2 section. Okay, so then creating a new worksheet environment. Alright, my base, my part 3. Open. So this here, 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 and here. Okay, come up a little, come down a little. Okay, annotate dimension. This right here. This right here. Okay, and this dimension type align right there. Okay, this to this dimension type aligned right there. Okay, this right here, this right here. Okay, this to this right here, this right here. I think that's all. Yeah, that's all. I'm going to pick my manage style editor. It's loading. Okay, so dimension default ISO period 0 0 display. This should be 2. This will be 3. Text. Every first item under the rubber. Okay, this right here, right here, right here, right here. Save and close. Alright, so I'm going to save this as part 3. It's in first angle also, right? Orthographic. Okay, so you do the necessary settings and like some idea. So another new sheet. Open base. Okay, part 3 open. So I'm creating this sectional view now. So I'm having this right here in this manner. Clicking my OK. I pick my section. Yeah, in this manner towards the top like this. Alright, so picking my rotate dimension, pick this right there, enter, this right there, enter, this right there, enter, this to this, dimension type aligned. Dimension type aligned. Dimension type aligned. Enter. Okay, now this radius to enter. That's the height right there. Okay, that's right there. That's the angle right there. Okay, so you do the necessary settings under the manage and what and dimension settings. So I'm going to name this part 3 section. Alright, so the last part for me to create is the presentation view. I'm going to come down here to presentation, standard IPN, then what create. Okay, now having my presentation view, I pick assembly, then what open. So after opening it, so I'm going to pick tweak component. Alright, before we disengage this thing, we need to remove the washer first of all. So this washer comes out here, then followed by this, which goes this way, and what we are done. Alright, so take a look at that now. Coming inwards, my washer sitting comfortably, then taking a look at this. Okay, alright, so that brings us to the end of this particular lecture. So thanks for watching. Good day.